Picture this. A pilot is flying with his family in his four-seat aircraft at 7,000 feet. Suddenly, he goes unconscious, and a passenger pushes a red button in the cockpit, and the aircraft navigates itself to an airport and lands, and everybody walks away, and the pilot gets medical treatment. That's an amazing piece of technology that's happening now. But are there any downsides to this?
If a pilot is incapacitated and if nobody else in the airplane is capable of flying, which is usually the case, you are doomed. There is no other option. If the pilot has slumped over in his seat or her seat, you are now watching the plane run out of fuel or crash into things that you really do not.
Pretty cool that an airplane can do that, but pilots are going to become really complacent. They are going to allow that button to be pushed anytime anything goes wrong, and they're not going to bother with learning emergency procedures and flying the aircraft that is still flyable.
No matter what, it is a technology that saves life. I'll give you an example. In 1999, Payne Stewart, in a famous and a very tragic case, his plane lost pressurization, or they became incapacitated, and it ran out of fuel until it crashed. Last month in Colorado, King Air was able to land automatically despite pressurization problems, and the pilots were able to walk away without needing a single medical attention.
There's no question that in worst case scenarios, like that famous 1999 Payne Stewart crash, that this kind of technology can definitely save lives. But the disadvantage to that is it's going to encourage pilots to take more risks. They'll end up maybe departing into really low weather because they'll just assume that if they get into trouble, the Autoland will take over. And they may not take as much time in learning the piloting skills like flying in the aircraft in emergency or taking time to really plan to fly in weather that is not beyond their abilities or the plane's capabilities, because they'll just say, I'll push the red button if I get into trouble. That's going to encourage more risk taking.
You have to agree that this is a technology that adds meaningful advantages. There are a lot of technologies and a lot of examples of technology for the sake of technology. This technology is really meant to save lives and make people's lives easier.
Probably a little too easy. It's going to turn flying into more of a video game. We already have digital cockpits with video screens and all kinds of tools, which are really great, but it's going to encourage people to be a lot more passive in flying and just going along for the ride rather than actually aviating. And that is probably one of the big disadvantages to this technology. So what do you think? Is Autoland a good thing or a bad thing for aviation? Tell us in the comments.
I thought it was supposed to be a normal, boring flight.
They activated the Garmin Autoland system.
Activated.
That has not been done in the field before.
In fact, this kind of technology has existed since the mid-1960s.